This is my second collection for Moda, and my first schoolhouse, and there are a lot of you people out there, but that's okay. My first collection was based on, I do a lot of hand dyeing. I teach classes in hand dyeing and batiking, wax resist, but in a more contemporary kind of way. Wax resist is a wonderful process to use to make really contemporary fabrics that can go into the modern quilts that we see all over Quilt Market and certainly in magazines and books. And I'm really excited to bring what I think is a very ancient process and contemporize it. So this is now my second line, and it's called Simple Matters. And one of my trademarks is color. I really like color. I think color really likes me too. And we've talked. And a lot of my work focuses on bright colors and simple graphic shapes. I've written a couple books, one of which talks about how to make these patterns, and I like to use really very basic tools. Literally, most of the tools that I use to pattern my fabric you could get at the grocery store, and that's why actually I decided to call my second line Simple Matters. All the materials or all the tools that I used to make those patterns were things as simple as potato stamps, cardboard stamps, really basic materials that can make wonderful graphic prints. Well, first of all, we were supposed to make some projects for this, and I did make a project, at least one project, and I'm wearing it. Just saying. So I also made a little sample quilt. I do a lot of designing, both for my own books. I've written a couple books, and for other people's books and magazines. Very contemporary kind of quilts, simple designs. I'm really into lots of improvisational stuff. But lately, I've put out several patterns that are focusing on what I call supersizing, and you can have a burger with that if you wanted to. But this is about supersizing blocks, taking a traditional block and really expanding it to huge proportions. And so this block, this is literally one block, okay, and it features. Whoops. So it's literally one block. It probably measures about 38 by 38, and the idea is that it's just each part of the block is only made out of 3 template pieces. It's incredibly simple. It's all about featuring bold, bright, fresh colors, and these things go together obviously really quickly because there's not that many pieces, but it takes what is essentially it could be a pretty traditional block and contemporizes it quite a bit. And I'm really interested in that in terms of the fabric. I'm interested in that in terms of designing. So that's what I created, one of the projects I created with my fabric. And luckily I matched my fabric, my quilt's backing. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. So my block for the Moda Block Exchange, I don't honestly know what the block is called. It too is very simple. I got to tell you, when I was putting this block together, I totally saw myself down the road making these like really, really big. I don't think I've cut little 2-inch squares in a long, long time. Take those 2-inch squares. Take those 2-inch squares. Thank you. Take those 2-inch squares and make them 14 by 14-inch squares. I mean, they could just really sing that way. I invite you to try out this block and all the blocks that are in the book, and to enjoy the fabric and enjoy your time here at Quilt Market. Thank you.